It's time to fully embrace who you actually are as a human being. It's time to integrate all of the parts that make up who you are rather than disowning them, rather than unconsciously going through life in this autopilot style fashion, remaining in the same patterns over and over again that are dissatisfying and harming you. It's time to start breaking out of that. It's unsustainable. It's a lot of unnecessary and self-inflicted suffering. It's time to reclaim all the parts of you that you've pushed away and disowned that are keeping you stuck in these problems. It's time to dive into some of these invisible forces that are keeping you in these patterns. It's time to stop shooting yourself in the foot. Time to stop neglecting your own needs. In this video, I want to be sharing with you a whole bunch of various things to investigate in your own life. And if you were to apply this stuff to your own life, you would actually get some meaningful results. It would be clarifying. You would recognize things that are probably going unrecognized at the moment. And if you start to do the genuine work on a day-to-day basis, your life will actually start to change. Your mind will start to change. Your relationship to yourself will start to change. Your ability to hear your intuition, how clear it comes through, will start to change. Your ability to assert yourself when it's necessary will change. Your authenticity will increase. You won't have to experience self-shaming narratives, low self-esteem, low self-worth, unworthiness. It's time to start giving all these things attention rather than neglecting them. And the reality is that most people on the planet have all sorts of disowned and neglected aspects of their own mind that they completely ignore and are just in denial of. They're not even aware that this is a problem that they have. But luckily, you, most likely, by watching this video, can become aware of them. And if you're watching this video, you're probably safe enough to do some of this inner work that's going to come back to actually help you in your relationships, especially in your relationships, in your career, quite a lot there, in your personal happiness and your satisfaction, in your fulfillment, right? Not even just about relationships in your career, but for you. Like, do you actually care enough about yourself to do this kind of work, or are you just going to neglect yourself? If you're going to neglect yourself, why should anyone be in a relationship with you? Why should you even have an important career? Who's going to be able to depend on you if you can't even depend on you? If you continuously neglect yourself? This is going to help you to add some more stability, inner stability and groundedness, so that you can be more centered in your life. This is going to help you to just simply alleviate a lot of unnecessary suffering. When you start to investigate these things, these unconscious dynamics inside of you, you start to recognize that a lot of the suffering that you're experiencing is actually self-generated, it's self-inflicted. It's something that you're doing to yourself while denying that you're doing it. I like using this analogy in my videos. It's like you're pinching yourself, but you're in denial. Number one, you're unaware that you're pinching yourself, and then you're in denial of the fact that you're pinching yourself. And then the source of that pain, it gets projected onto something external, like a person or a situation. And from all of this unconsciousness, you block out your intuition. Because intuition occurs when you're conscious in the moment. You're aware, you're present, you're grounded, you're attuned. When you're in your body, when you're actually inhabiting your body. Your intuition occurs when you're actually living in alignment with all the parts of you, rather than disowning them. Going back to the body, how does your body actually feel right now? Are you actually able to be in your body, bringing awareness into it, inhabiting your internal space? Or are you just kind of like lost in thought, unable to be in your body? You don't really even like shining awareness on your body because there's like discomfort there that then you want to avoid, you want to escape from, and you just keep escaping, right? That right there, that's one of the exact things I'm pointing to. You escape yourself over and over and over again. You can't just hold awareness in your body in the moment without needing to flee, without needing distraction. You can't be with the entire spectrum of yourself, from the painful feelings to even the pleasant feelings, right? Both of which are ultimately shut off when you're kind of just stuck in the ego and the false self. It's time to begin falling in love with the beauty, magic, awe, and wonder of existence itself. A massive aspect of healing is coming into a deep sense of contact with being, just meaning existence. Beginning to let go of all your preconceptions of what this experience is. Who are you? What even are you? Letting all that go. Letting go of the narratives that keep you grounded and kind of hooked. Right? I like that word better. Kind of hooked and stuck in your current reality. It's time to fall in love with real fulfillment that comes just from being, just from existing. Very simple. Right? To a lot of people, they might find that boring, but to a wise person, they find that peaceful, still, calming, clarifying. It's time to find real fulfillment, not in just endless achievement, needing to get the next thing that you want, doing things like this. Although there's nothing wrong with that. That's perfectly fine. But it's time to find real fulfillment in being connected to existence itself, being connected to yourself, being connected with your genuine path, your actual blueprint for who you are, rather than the blueprint that you've been conditioned with, a bunch of the beliefs that you carry. I like to say that we all kind of have a natural blueprint. In the same way how when you kind of plant a seed, a tomato seed, right? If it's got a good environment, some good soil, some good water, enough sun, right? It grows, and it's got its own kind of natural blueprint, and it grows in that formation. It's the same thing with humans. We all develop over time. There's a development of consciousness to us. And it's really time to nurture that. Because when you turn away from that, you're basically committing to unnecessary suffering. When you turn away from raising your consciousness, you're committed to your own pain, to the continuous creation of your own unnecessary suffering. It's time to be here and now rather than constantly afraid about the future or just sad about the past. It's time to actually care about the deepest truths that existence has. When you're not in alignment with what's true, you're in delusion. And if you have any wisdom, you should immediately be able to recognize that if you want to live a fulfilling and great life, you can't be in alignment with delusions and unconsciousness. Truth and consciousness and love all kind of just go together as a whole system of values. And the more that you distance yourself from that, the more suffering you actually experience. So it's time to care about that rather than being distracted from all that, rather than just kind of acting according to your conditioning, which is what actually goes on most of the time. It's a bit of a bitter pill to swallow. We don't really like to think of ourselves as kind of just being controlled by our conditioning, but nonetheless, we really are. It's not that there's anything bad with that, right? Your heart pumping is conditioning, right? Conditioning itself isn't bad, but a lot of your conditioning is just simply deeply unconscious. A lot of deeply held narratives and stories and beliefs that don't serve you whatsoever and are just flat out wrong. And a bunch of emotions and insecurities attached to those beliefs that kind of keep you clinging to them. It's time to start investigating those things so that you can actually be free in your life, so that you don't have to remain stuck. It's time for you to actually start seeing the beauty of who and what you are rather than remaining in ignorance of your natural self. It's time to actually recognize that you're not just limited to the ego and the separate self, but your pure consciousness. This experience is pure consciousness. And this is something that you don't have to believe just because I'm saying it, or just because in Buddhism they say it, or just because in Hinduism and Advaita Vedanta they say it, or because that Eckhart Tolle guy or that Rupert Spira guy, they say it. This is something that you can become conscious of for yourself. It doesn't matter who says it. You don't have to believe it. This is something to actually become aware of and directly understand for yourself. Just like if I told you that, hey, outside there's a black cat at your door. Do you want to go see it? What do? You get up and you go check for yourself to see if it's actually there. Same thing here. It's time to let go of control, always needing to control. A lot of control wounds in humanity. And trust life more. To just open ourselves up to the experience of life and not needing to know everything, not needing to figure everything out in our usual conceptual fashion, but be open to mystery, unknown. Allow ourselves to just not know and to just fall in love with this moment. Do this moment well. Do it with presence and trust that by being in tune with the moment, this will actually support our future as well. It's time to actually let go of black and white thinking. But Lucas, if I don't worry about my future, then everything's going to go to hell. But Lucas, if I let go of control, then, right, if I let go of control in this situation, then, something bad is going to happen. Right? Very extreme thinking. It's time to just let go of that, seeing that as a wound, which it is. Seeing that as a defensive mechanism, which it is. What is that defending you from? It can be worth digging into. It's time to actually embrace the full spectrum of human emotions and actually just feeling them rather than burying them and avoiding them. It's time to let go of all the narratives that your mind uses to just prevent you from fully feeling and fully integrating. Time to notice that your mind is going to jump into thoughts over and over and over again as a way to numb itself out and defend itself. This is a subtle trap, subtle thing that it does that we often don't even realize because we're so unconscious. It's time to fully engage with life and give and receive love. Be part of the exchange of life. There's a lot of core issues that prevent us from living fully. Things like trust, control, I mentioned them, giving and receiving, abandonment issues, low self-esteem, uncomfortable feelings, black and white thinking, ungrieved losses. It's time to look into a lot of our core issues and not be controlled by them. The more we keep it unconscious, the more it controls us. And you don't really want to be controlled by those things. When you're controlled by those things, you have a lot of artificial wants. Wants that aren't actually genuine to you. You do a lot of things that aren't actually in alignment with your blueprint, who you actually are, with your natural design. And when you begin to heal a lot of those core issues, bringing attention to them, your confidence goes up. Your sense of self-trust goes up. Your ability to live in alignment with your natural blueprint, this just becomes how life naturally is. And it feels good. It's like putting on clothes that fit you versus putting on clothes that are too small or way too big. Would you not want a life that fits you? So it's time to learn how to manage conflict. This is another core issue. Conflict management, inner and outer conflict, and a lot of our outer conflict is a reflection of our inner conflict. So it's time to learn how to actually come into contact with this and manage this in a more meaningful, constructed, understanding, compassionate, and grounded way, rather than one that comes from reactivity, avoidance, aggression, passivity, and essentially just survival. It's time to start moving beyond just survival. Nothing wrong with survival. Survival's great. But there's more. You have needs for self-actualization, for self-transcendence. Spiral Dynamics stage yellow and turquoise. Check out my Spiral Dynamics video. If you guys haven't checked it out, you most likely have not. There's needs beyond just our survival. And this is essential. When you don't get these needs met, you become dysfunctional. You become sick. Just like how when you don't get vitamin C in your body, or vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin B12, problems occur. When you don't get your needs met, you become sick. So don't neglect them. Like I said, it's time to stop neglecting them at the beginning of this video. A lot of us simply neglect ourselves. That's another core issue that I actually forgot to bring up. And you will notice that, I'm sure, if you just apply that idea to your life. In what ways do you neglect yourself? Maybe you don't get enough sleep. Maybe you don't get enough connection. Maybe you don't read. You don't put the proper information in your mind so that it can work well. You're doom scrolling all the time on TikTok, watching garbage content that does not actually bring you value, doesn't teach you much at all, but just maybe confirms unconscious biases or helps you to avoid yourself and escape yourself. And this self-neglect is painful. This self-neglect is a way of kind of just abusing your inner child. It's time to end that. It's time to make space for all your ungrieved losses. This was another core issue that I already mentioned this one. Your ungrieved losses and changes, and truly grieve so you can grow and let go. The average person has a lot of ungrieved losses that just stay buried. And whenever we lose something, a breakup, someone dies, a lot of that unconscious grief comes up. That experience triggers a lot of the old wounds, the old lost wounds. Fears of abandonment, another core issue. Might have mentioned that one. It's time to just start addressing these things rather than allowing us to be controlled by just our lowest impulses, our lowest instincts, our lowest self. Because when we're controlled by just simply our lowest self, we create hell. We create hell for ourselves and all the parts of us. We create hell for our relationships. We create hell on Earth and for other sentient beings and for our planet. And we just simply are in delusion. That being a very fundamental aspect. We're missing the profundity of our existence, and we're delusional about what it even is and what's really going on here at the big picture level. We're ignorant about the rising of human consciousness. We're ignorant about our sort of journey. We're ignorant about the fact that we're coming to know who and what we are at ever deepening levels. Instead, we would just remain stuck, distracted, numb. And you only have one life, and you're going to die far sooner than you think. Right? That day of your death is going to come far sooner than you think. Let that sink in. I hope that doesn't make you depressed, but I want that to just be a more motivating force of, okay, my time's limited. Let me start getting clear. I'm going to end off this video with this amazing quote that I got from this is Zen Master, Dogen. Practice Zazen as though saving your head from fire. Practice this inner work as though you were saving your head from fire. Thank you so much for watching.